lads, we are in association with Erdinger. We are outside Nova Scotia and it is absolutely beautiful. It's been gorgeous all week. I'm with three gorgeous people, maybe my most gorgeous friends, to be honest
pound
with
for pound.
Emelia, Rob and Kieran. I mean, who knows what kind of suntan Neil's going to come back with, so maybe he'll overtake.
A lot of excitement about that.
Yeah, maybe he'll be have the glow of a man who's been in sort of Cyprus. But right now, using my people, and we're going to talk a little bit about Brighton in part two. But first of all, the transfer season, Rob, it's hotting up. It's hotting up already. Frimpong looks
on.
It's almost a shake your hands emoji done deal. There's the unexpected but very exciting Birch chat. Arne Slot has said in his press conference today he's looking ahead to next season, and it looks like they're building the squad for next season already.
Yeah, he's ahead whilst he sort of tried to pour scorn on the whole enterprise of transfers at the same time. Arne, what are you like? You know what I mean? Don't
just like us. Don't pretend you're better than us.
Yeah, exactly. Don't be one of those guys. I did like sort of like a few weeks ago. He was beginning to say, "Well, we've been doing a lot of work. Should be a big summer." And Virgil was doing things like that. I thought, it's right, lad. Yeah. You know, that's rather than we got used to Jurgen. Ever said, "Do you think he might buy a midfielder?" And he'd list all the midfielders we had. To go, "Are you mad? We wouldn't buy a footballer." And then
got loads.
They challenged him today in the press conference on, well, obviously you're going to buy someone to buy Trent, mentioning no names, Frimpong, right? And he's just started listing all the lads who could play right back, as if, right? You'll be like Curtis. I don't think he did it the other day as well. Curtis Quansah, he mentioned Joe Gomez today in particular. But no, it is getting exciting. And the Frimpong thing, I think, is getting touch Formica nearer. Can you say that? Nearer formality, looking like it's a done deal. But just as one Frimpong comes in, I've mentally moved on to Florian Wirtz, and whilst there's a sliver of hope with that one, that's all I can think about at the moment. I think I saw a post today that said if he comes to the Premier League, he's likely to come to Liverpool to the Man City. To me, that's a nod and a wink all in one go.
Are you excited about it? Do you allow yourself to get excited about these things, Kieran?
Yeah, we've gone a bit early though, haven't we? Normally we do wait for the season to finish, and even then you could do it a few weeks off before it starts, but we've gone early. I think Frimpong's done. I think it's just such a Liverpool signing, 35 million quid. He contributes to so many goals. We've got Bradley there as well. I think it's sort of a nice balance between the two. The Wirtz one is a bit nuts. I mean, I didn't expect that, and it's...
We can all go home if we get Wirtz, do you know what I mean?
It's big money, but you know what you mentioned there, didn't you, about Virgil making comments and the manager making comments, and I think they know internally this is going to be a big summer. Yeah. I mean, Liverpool do this every 4 or 5 years where we know we need it, and I'm referring to the Alisson and Van Dijk season. So yeah, I think it's going to be a massive summer. The only thing is with the 126 million quid on Wirtz, that's what they're talking about. I mean, what did that do for the centre forward situation? Liverpool really going to go and spend 250, 300 million quid. You're shaking your head though with the way Virgil's talking, the way the manager's talking.
You try saying no to Virgil.
And where we're sat right now, I mean, I think everybody inside the club would be, and outside the club as fans would be saying, we've been here so many times before and not capitalised. It is now the time. We went big on Caicedo and didn't get him. We've had money in the tank for a few years now. So go and spend it and go with the best we can get. And if that ends up being Wirtz, and then we're in for Alvarez or Isak as well, then it's exciting, isn't it?
Are you excited, Emelia? Are you on the Wirtz train?
I don't want my expectations to be tempered in any way. My expectations have been tempered for too long. I've been told no, nothing's going to happen. It's be reasonable, and I want my expectations to be at fever pitch.
Oh yeah, summer. When people say don't get excited, I'm like, but I love being excited.
I love being excited, and then if it doesn't end up happening, I've still got to have the excitement.
And I'll just get excited about something else.
No, the gutters is my
constant excitement.
Yeah. Just always chase it.
This weather will never end. The excitement will never end. That's kind of how I'm feeling at the moment in this beautiful bubble of we've won it and everything gets to be great. But yeah, I think it is genuinely really exciting. And you're right that for so long the talk around everything has been manager expectations, like let's not get ahead of ourselves, we're not going to be spending anything, this isn't what's happening, and it just feels so different, which is why I think everything feels possible, and it does feel like we might do something mad and big, and like it feels like part of it's already done. So yeah, it's going to be a really exciting summer.
Have you noticed how the sun hasn't stopped shining since we won the league?
No.
That's us.
Hasn't gone unnoticed.
Yeah.
Big guy.
Unappreciated.
Unappreciated.
Gods are red.
The government control the weather, haven't you heard?
They do, it's true, yeah, they do.
Do they?
Yeah.
I thought it was God.
You just jinxed the Monday big time there, haven't you?
Yeah.
Maybe he'll send storm and rains just to test us like he did the other fella.
There's light rain for the parade chap, but That's ages away.
Grow up, absolutely
Grow
not.
up, yeah.
Quite frankly, I'm off with that. It'll thin out the crowds a little bit.
Only the hardcore.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Rainproof pyro.
Like queuing for the ride at Disney, you know what I mean? Like, you got to properly want to be sort of into.
How badly do you want a small world?
I think they want to go big this summer, whether it's this or whether it's sort of, a similar sign. It looks to me like all the stuff from Arne Slot was as soon as he came in is that he decided you have to be a really good player to play for Liverpool, and that's what he's looking at to me. And they've all decided it's almost the kind of elite or nothing, but then they will actually go for it rather than just, maybe what happened in the past was like, well, we just won't get anyone because you need to be this, they're not better than what we've got. It's the positive version of it. It seems to me at the moment that we're going to go out and try and get the very best because that's how good you should be to play for Liverpool. Sorry, this son's.
And you've also got to understand that Edwards and Co are back in and what that means.
And they come for a reason.
And they come for a reason. And, overall they've done some really, really big business for Liverpool over the years. So I've got another reason to get excited over transfers. How big, again, I've said this already, how big we go, I don't know in terms of the number that we'll spend, but I do feel like everybody can see that Liverpool are on the brink of being able to dominate, which we've been a few times and we've not done it before. So it just the list of targets also matches the list of expectations, doesn't it? I mean, you can talk about 5, 6, 7 players. How many do you reckon we potentially need? I mean, obviously we know we need 2 or 3 big ones, but how many you got to?
You can work backwards. I was doing some the other day of how much we might actually get back in sales and the bodies that go out. I think I'd initially sort of glibly said, we can get 100 million in here, but you could. It doesn't take long to build a case for the fact they could bring in 200 million in sales alone.
Yeah.
If you sold a Darwin,
exactly, this is what I mean,
Harvey maybe, a Kelleher, a Doak, even say a Quansah goes out the door, which you could do if we find the right.
You're near 150 million there already, you know what I mean? Nunes, Kelleher alone could be pushing 100 million quid. Yeah.
And then you go Doak and Jota and Chiesa. There's a lot of and Costa, Simicas. Before you know it, even if they don't get the right prices for that group I've mentioned there, it's still about 175, 180 even on a bad day. It seems like a lot of business to do. But if you do, and then people are, well, hang on, what's the budget then? I don't think it's impossible we spend over 300 million if the right players, but only if they're available. Yeah. I mean, there's part of me that can rule out if you get a Wirtz, which is still unlikely, but if you got him, you can't then spend 80, 90 million on Ekitike or 120 on Isak. But I'm not even sure that's true. I just don't know.
But it's sorry to interrupt there, but it's perfect example of Edwards again. No, I don't think the number 10 position is top of the list, the striker is, but when they see a player like that is on the market, and the data to back it up's there, and it could be Liverpool's midfielder for the next 5 or 6 years, they might go and get it done now. So that's the reason we're in for them.
We were saying it on Three Strikes the other day, that was it. That it's like, I think it's actually really exciting that we know there are key gaps that need to be filled, but I actually don't know what his vision is for kind of what we've got left. So therefore, I don't know what order he's going to fill in. So I think the idea of it being an unexpected signing that's a huge part of the budget is exciting more than anything else, because it makes you go, what direction are we going in? Like, I don't know what the plan is, and that's part of the joy of it.
It's got to be 2 fullbacks.
It's 2 fullbacks. I don't think, I think we're out of the realm of big surprises. I may be surprised, but I don't think so, because I think we did it. Was I with you, John? Yeah, we picked a likely 4, didn't we? I think, and I think we almost all said Frimpong, Kirkes. What else did we say? If it was a defender, who do we come up with?
I think we went with Huijsen, who's obviously
that we were wrong there, and I think we mainly said Ekitike. I think Josh tried Osimhen. But none of these names. I mean, it's mad that Florian Wirtz is a surprise. It's only a surprise because we didn't know Liverpool would have a chance. Not that he's a surprise name. It's not a great bit of scouting that gets you that picks out Florian bloody Wirtz.
You're not having to Google him.
I mean, it's like a surprise. Also on that level might be Lamine. You go, what? Yeah, we're not Googling anyone this summer. I don't think. It's hard to. But I do think what Liverpool's history will show, and I think going back to your Edwards point, is they'd rather buy no one than not buy the right one. So I don't think it's Florian Wirtz. I don't think there's a plan B behind Florian Wirtz.
No, exactly, that's what I'm saying. It's just the fact that he's available and he fits the bill so well in the sense of his experience. He's, I'm not going to go through it. You know exactly what the next.
He's only 20. Is he 22?
Exactly.
22
at that
just,
age,
yeah.
so many games under his belt for 2020.
Imagine when you're 22, Rob.
So yeah, I mean, I just don't know whether Liverpool will actually sign him or whether it's, you know, Wirtz and Leverkusen using as a bit of leverage for a deal elsewhere. We'll see over the next week or two, but it seems like Liverpool are serious.
Yeah, I mean that's the worry, isn't
thing,
it? Emelia is that, you know, he is kind of using it as a bit of a come on Bayern, you know, pay the money, but I think Liverpool will go into it with the eyes wide open. You know, they're experienced dealers. You know, if they feel like they're getting sort of used a bit, then they'll sort of see you get wind of it, or maybe they're happy because on the off chance it can be done for the thing. Well, it's not a huge amount of work. I'll have a meeting with someone's dad. Do you know what I mean? If it means there's sort of a chance, and so I don't think they'll. I can't see them getting dragged along all summer, and then it just and then suddenly sort of goes to buy. And I think it's something that they'll explore sort of if they can, but they will have other options. I think it's maybe other options who maybe make more sense in terms of what we want, but it just looks like to me that they're going for quality, and that's the plan. You talked about sort of what is the plan. I think the plan is you've got to be absolutely top level to play for Liverpool. My concern is if they don't get that absolute top level, that you might go, okay, we're fine. Yeah. And that's where I've had most frustrations with Liverpool's transfer dealings, to be honest with you. It's not necessarily been that they won't pay big money, because I think they proved that they have. It's when they go, but if we can't get the very, very best, then we want no one. And I'm like, there are a few players who are below that, who I think, you know, would sort of still improve us. So that, but hopefully we just get the best ones, so we don't have to have.
Just get the best ones, we don't have to think about it. No, because what do you say? Available, affordable, and improvement on what we've already got, which is actually like it is quite a tough ask.
It's a small Venn diagram.
It's difficult, isn't it? It's like when your parents say things to you about like the idea of just because you want something doesn't mean it's what's best for you. It's kind of what they're trying to explain to us. Just because I'm like, just buy a load of lads isn't necessarily what's best for me.
We're thinking about your long-term future, love.
Essentially, is what they're doing to me, and I think I don't know.
Shut up, you boring bitch.
Yeah, shut up. No, we've been frustrated in the past and we've had disappointments in the past, but I think what's nice is to see like we're going into summer with a group of people that are having the conversations that are in the room where it's happening, where I have every faith in their ability to do what is in the best interest of the club, and that's nice, is to kind of know that whatever they're deciding, I do genuinely believe will be the right choice. Whether I like it or not, it'll be the right thing.
Okay, we're going to have a quick break. I'm off to pay someone £80 for their sunglasses. Just anyone. I'm just going to offer some cash, see who I get. Here's a word from our lovely sponsor, Erdinger, and then we're going to talk about Brighton, because Liverpool has still got a game on Monday. I know they're not acting like it, but they have.
And Erdinger, please.
Stop! Don't forget the best bit.
Hope you enjoyed that. Thanks a lot to Erdinger. It tastes gorgeous in the sunshine. Liverpool looks fantastic in the sunshine. And we're going to look ahead to Brighton, which is always amazing in the sunshine. I'm not going, Keo, you are. You're going to have your Speedos ready for the beach?
Yeah, obviously. If it's like this, I will anyway.
He's got them on now. Amazing.
Ready to dive in the water like all the guys.
There's a good chance Liverpool turn up in the Speedos as well, to be honest.
New kit reveal.
I'm not expecting much of you. Are you expecting much?
No.
I think we might get beat.
Yeah, we might get beat.
I've played football on goal before, and it's I don't know what it's like at Premier League level, but I can't imagine it to be like.
They've had 4 days on it, you know. I was listening to Big Duncan Ferguson on Rangers. He's flogging that book everywhere, you know.
Rounds,
and he deserves it. I'm growing to like him more and more.
Come on the Wrap, honestly, if he wants to sell him the Wrap, I'm fine with it.
I'm loving the bones of Big Duncan.
Yeah, he'd be great.
But he's talking about
to interview him.
He's talking about all his injuries. He's basically said it's down to the ale, which I think is amazing. He's got all my injuries were because I just couldn't lay off the ale. So it makes you think it could affect performance after all.
It would be great if Liverpool just started to do what they did in the 70s and the 80s and just go out on the lash like 3 times a week and just keep winning leagues and Europe. The
problem is though, everyone else is on the lash then.
Yeah, that's a good point, yeah. But they'd turn up at Brighton and just school them 3-0 and just go, hang on a minute. Start giving these half a Guinness before we play again. You know what I mean?
I told you lads.
All of those lads were finished by the age of 29 more or less. And we always, like our lads are now, but ours are because they gegenpressed for 5 fucking years.
Yeah.
Those lads are on the
What's worse?
Yeah. Lads on the Isles better. Go on.
They will want to win, Emelia, is what I would say. Whether they're physically capable of it, we'll have to sort of wait and see. But they'll, I'm sure they'll have a go.
They'll want to, yeah. But the fire that motivates that isn't
Yeah.
necessarily there. I just think of all of the fixtures post winning it, that they'll want to have won. Arsenal hasn't happened, but you could see there was some degree to which they wanted that to happen. And obviously, the last game, everyone wants it to be like the kind of the fairy tale lens in which we get to lift it at Anfield. I do not think that Monday is a game that anyone particularly cares about, and I'm absolutely fine with that. I don't care. I think it would be funnier if anything, like the City game, watch them turn up going, "Wow, you have had a good week." I want them to have a nice time. I want them to get to enjoy themselves. I genuinely don't care. I hope that everyone goes has a nice time. I feel like of the aways to go to watch Liverpool potentially not be at the best, it's a lovely one because you're just going to have a nice time anyway. So the idea of it not being an incredible performance and the best time, it still will because everyone's going to have a great time in the sunshine.
That's it. It's funny because people who dare I say it, don't go to games suddenly sometimes go, oh, think of the fans who have travelled, they're going to care the least. Let me tell you.
I was thinking if I went this one, Neil's been casing me about doing it, I was thinking, I might do. I think then I have to go to the game, I know. And it's a ball.
Can I just go to Brighton?
It's a ball
it's
ache
not in
there
Brighton.
as well.
It's not in Brighton.
You have to go out to Falmouth.
But we're going Sunday though, so you got Sunday.
I know, I've taken the piss lately, so
So Liverpool.
if I could have taught myself into going Friday, back Monday before the game, then I might have done it.
Just do the Anfield Wrap live show.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, go with the main event.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Nice plug, John.
Thank you. Yeah, Sunday night. Great singer on.
Such a pro.
Yeah, absolutely. Tickets still available. Should be fantastic. It was. Honestly, in his press conference was sort of asked about it, and he was like, "Well, yeah, of course we want to win, but the intensity's going to drop when the goal goes," and that's, he's just sort of being honest there. Like Emelia was saying before, like if it's, if the fire's sort of not quite there, then you're not gonna play as well, and that's just the reality of the situation. And he said he's thinking about next season, so we can't moan too much about the players.
Yeah, they actually asked him directly, is it harder to motivate them? And you expect him to go, these are professionals who've got with them, platitude, and he went, yeah. Absolutely it's harder. Which, the more I think about it, is a sort of a protecting mechanism statement in a certain sense, because we might actually end up finishing on just 83 points, which would make Arteta's claim that we won the league, he would have won the league, in every other season or whatever he claimed, vaguely plausible. But look, we're going over old ground to a degree, but there is that thing where I think we've played quite well against Chelsea up to a point. We've played quite well against Arsenal for a good swathe of that. But if you're 1-2% off it, and that's all they really are.
This level.
At this level, that takes it out.
Chelsea were going for a European Cup spot. They were putting everything into that, and like Liverpool were told them for that one, and then Chelsea just went up another level because they wanted it more.
It's like pre-season,
isn't it?
saying
we didn't want it as much as Chelsea did because we didn't.
Yeah, that's just the reality.
It's like those pre-season games where the manager gets important. We need to show up. We need to blah blah blah. And it's never quite there. And you end up going, you know what, the first half was okay. When then we made the subs in the second half, who cares? I felt that about Arsenal the other day. Yeah. I'm only judging that game on the first half. Yeah. I thought that was fine. I thought we were really good. Motivation levels were roughly equal. We absolutely tore them apart, and second half doesn't count.
There's injuries to think about as well. I mean, there might even be some instruction from whether it's the manager or the doctors or whatever, saying, look, don't be going full pelt here. Last thing you want is like a big snap of an hamstring just before the season finishes. There's an element of warming the season down a little bit, do you know what I mean? And like if another team wants to really, really push it, then we're just not going to match them.
Yeah, and because why? Like, do you know what I mean? There's no medal for beating Brighton on London. There's nothing to be.
Or even listening to Arteta trying to get to 86 points or to get to 89 points or whatever it may be. Like, don't give a shite.
Doesn't change it.
Don't give a shite.
Yeah,
rather Liverpool just finish the season with no injuries and enjoy ourselves, we're not going to have a big party.
Well, if
it winds him up, then so what?
If you think about the seasons where there's a big international tournament, and then some of your lads actually only get like 2.5 weeks break between the end of the tournament when they have to report to pre-season training in it, and then the next season when they're off it, people go, well, of course, he didn't have a full pre-season. You go, not only have they got a chance of a full pre-season, they've got a chance of a bonus. Not quite 3 weeks, because they're playing a bit of footy.
That's why he's given the holiday now. Have the holiday now, we'll get in a couple of weeks earlier, you know what I mean? Yeah. And we'll be 10 times more ready.
It's such a rare chance, isn't it, for them all to just enjoy each other's company and relax and stuff like that, because this is the last time this squad's going to be together. We know Trent's leaving. There's probably 2 or 3 more. This is football. You're realistically moving on. Let's say they are down in, let's say Chimikas, and there'll be like 1 more. Someone or a younger player or whatever. So this is the last time the squad is sort of all going to be together. But even for the ones who sort of stay, you know, next season, let's all hope we're in the Champions League final, which finishes, you know, which is a week after the Premier League finishes. Then they're all off to the World Cup in America, playing for sort of different countries and stuff like that. Then, as Kieran says, sort of coming back late, got that sort of pre-season. This is where I sort of end up with it all, is how often do you get to do this? Like, it is such a, like, it's probably like once in a lifetime opportunity for these players to go, do you know what, we're just going to, like, we've done this amazing thing, we're going to go off and enjoy it.
Yeah, and they absolutely deserve to have that. I think, like, the parade, obviously, like, it's massive for them to have this incredible day where everyone gets to show their love and appreciation for them, but really that day is for us as fans, and it's for people that, especially people that don't necessarily get to go to the ground, like, it's for us to enjoy and for us to get to feel a part of it.
See the trophy.
Yeah, like, and to make everyone in the city feel like they were a part of this season. And it is for them, but like they're on display and they're having to do the whole thing, whereas this is for them to just get to enjoy being together and having to celebrate this achievement and the time together that has led to this, because it is the end of an era. I know there's going to be exciting stuff to come, but like you say, it will never be like this ever again. So it's nice for them to get to just enjoy that for a while with each other.
I think they get properly pissed on the bus, you know. I got that vibe. There was
the Allison thing where he said he used to have a beer with Jürgen on the way back from away. Did you see that? Yeah.
Did he?
There was
Really?
the Allison Players Tribute thing, which is really nice. I encourage people to read it when he talks about, you know, his life and stuff. But he basically said, like, after away games, Jürgen would come and sit with Ali and they'd have a beer, like, and he said, like,
well, don't let them see, like drinking like that.
No, I think he was quite open with it. But like, on the way, that was having a bevy on the way back from away game, like, get him on the Cabraco, honestly, like, you know.
It's like the 80s, isn't it?
Ali's a goalie, maybe they allowed him beer in between games.
I think he was just allowed one because he's fucking boss and he wanted the beer. And Jürgen was having one. So he's like, he was quite happy for the drinking buddy.
I like the way
But
this
then-
image of our bus just like full of smoke and like red wine and beer.
Rollies and poker.
It's the last day as well before they ban the single-use vapes, so they'll be everywhere. Yeah, I think so. 2 days, maybe 3 days.
I didn't even know they were on the way out.
Did you not?
It's an environmental they are everywhere. It's a disgrace.
What's the difference? I don't understand vapes.
I'll explain off.
You just last them. Use them, last them.
Single use.
I'm
You're
always,
gonna have to get them ones that you
we're
fill up and
recycling them out.
charge.
This is a new business.
It's like plastic bags. They're out. It's a bag for
Oh, so no one's worried about it. It says nothing about people's
Hey,
lungs.
it's
no,
mad
it's
the way
about
a show can just take a turn like that, isn't it?
Yeah. Vape for life, they're calling it.
Because we need to encourage that. If you're vaping, vape all the time, constantly with the same vape. Yeah.
Commit to it.
Yeah. Are we done?
I think Erdinger will be made up with that bit.
Erdinger, thanks a lot. Did a great set of lads. We're going to see them. They're doing an event, by the way. I mean, there's loads going on next weekend, but Erdinger are going to be at Beer Keller all weekend. They're going to be doing loads of stuff. They'll give away beer. The sound is anything, to be honest with you. Just go and have a beer with them and they'll probably buy you one. They're really cool people. I'm really looking forward to seeing them. Obviously, we've got our events as well next Saturday night. We managed to get a few tickets back on sale for our Red Weekend thing because it's sold out. But basically they've moved the room around, moved some production gear around to allow us to sell a few more tickets. And I think they were holding a few for guest lists as well. And we're like, we don't want one of them. Make everyone pay. So there is a few more tickets back on sale for our event. Just over there, it's nice being outside. You can point at the conference centre on Saturday nights as well. Hopefully see a lot of you in Brighton on Sunday nights as well. So that's 2 live shows you get to see us as well. But listen, we're just celebrating. It's not hard to find us and have a drink at the moment because the sun is shining, the Reds are champions, we're signing Florian Wirtz, up the Reds.